Hi.
There she is.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. All right. I even popped in 2 minutes early, and look at all you guys in here. My goodness. Early birds.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're always late.
That's right. Exactly.
Mahala, you found it.
What did you say, Haley?
Here's Mahala.
Mahala found it.
Hi. So we'll give everybody like a minute here to get logged in, and we will get started. I'm still so pumped up from this last weekend. It was awesome. So got lots of things to share, and I'm hoping some of these girls can pop in and share some stuff too. I'm ready to watch my business boom, watch all of your businesses boom. Things are going to happen. I'm not wearing any makeup, which I think is pretty usual for Tuesday, so you guys should be getting used to that. It's just how I roll. We don't have to all wear makeup every day, right?
You look beautiful without makeup, so no worries.
Love you, Jennifer. You're such a liar, but I love you.
It's not a lie.
I kind of wear makeup every day.
Mary Warner wears makeup every day. Mascara Mary does. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm going to just mute everybody, but remember, you guys can always unmute yourselves when you want to ask a question, if you have something you want to share. Even if you weren't at our retreat this weekend and you have something that works for you, or you have, whatever, just pop in and ask the question. So what we've learned, my biggest takeaway was about our non-negotiables. So, and a lot of it has to do with like time wasting. We waste time. We're always doing things like scrolling on Facebook. How many of you guys are Facebook scrollers? Which means, Haley, I better see your hand up, means you just waste your time scrolling. You're sucked into Facebook. Next thing you know, an hour has gone by and you have done nothing. You haven't got any sales from the scrolling. You haven't got any new presenters from the scrolling, but you may have upset your family because you wasted time looking at your phone and it was not income producing. So one thing we learned about, well, not just one thing, but income producing activities. I'm sure a lot of you have heard those terms before, but don't really know what that means. Like, what is an income producing activity compared to a not income producing activity? Well, an income producing activity will get you one of three things, okay? It'll either get you a sale, it'll either get you a party, or it'll either get you a presenter. If you're doing things that won't do one of those three things, you're wasting your time. So, loving on other Y Sisters post all day, watching their lives, is that going to get you any sales, any new parties, any new presenters? No, nope, wasting your time. Obviously, heart, love it, move on. We can all support each other, but we don't have to waste hours of our day watching each other go live. It's not going to do any of those three things. So, you need to be going and looking at other things when you're on Facebook. Other people, which would be your potential customers, potential presenters, potential party hostesses. So we're going to talk next week. Jessica Scott is going to show us how to make lists, because the more you guys are commenting and liking on other Y Sisters stuff, guess what's in your newsfeed? All the Y Sisters. So all you see all day long is unique post after unique post after unique post after unique post. Your friends aren't seeing all that, but you are. So sometimes you're afraid to post because you're thinking, I don't want to post because, look at all this unique stuff I'm seeing. I can't post. They've all posted that. But your friends aren't seeing everybody's posts. They're seeing your posts. So I just we need to stop the scrolling. We all learned a lot about that this weekend. So don't be scrolling. If you could do like 3 minutes. Tell yourself, set a timer. I'm going to scroll for 3 minutes. And that timer goes off, I need to put my phone down. Unless I'm doing these non-negotiables that I'm going to tell you about, or these income-producing activities. All right, so your non-negotiables, number one, you need to be posting on your Facebook wall. I had thought it was 3 times a day, and that's what I was going with. And here what I'm learning is it's 5 or more times a day. Because of Facebook's algorithm, you could post 3 times a day and certain customers don't ever see any of those posts, just because that's the way the algorithm works. So 5 is a minimum. at least 5 times a day. So let's talk about the different types of posts. We kind of all went around in a group this weekend and talked about what those 5 posts would be. We talked about inspirational posts. So some of you will do a selfie with a quote or just a quote or something that's inspirational, motivational. It could be a video, something that's, inspires others. I usually try to find a quote. Sometimes I change it up and make it my own thing on a paper, like, on a box with colors, or my own selfie with a quote, some sort of inspirational post. That's one, okay? And you guys can extend from this. This is just to give you an idea. 2 would be a lifestyle post. We should always be posting, letting people into our lives. Maybe you're posting what you're eating for dinner. Maybe you're posting where you're going. Maybe you're posting a picture of your kids for dance or a sports activity. Maybe you're on vacation. Maybe you're outside gardening and you want to post a picture of it, your dog, your cat. Some sort of a lifestyle post that lets them into your life, okay? And then you don't have to do this in any kind of order. This is just, again, to give you an idea. Another post would be a selfie. Post a selfie, something with your makeup, your face side, one side done, one side not, mascara, the lips, like your lip product. Maybe you got the mask on for the night. It doesn't have to be a beautiful selfie. It is some sort of a selfie. And you know what I do when I take selfies? I take a whole bunch of them. When I do my makeup, I take a ton of pictures. You know why? I can use them on different days because I sure as heck do not wear makeup every day. I don't know about you guys. Do not wear makeup every day. I sell the stuff. I love the stuff, but I do not wear it every day. So definitely, when you're taking those pictures, yes, Jessica, you're going to be like looking down, looking up, making kind of crazy faces, do everything you got to do, different poses, change your shirt if you want to, but take lots of pictures so you can use those later. An interaction post. This one is like big for me. I actually sometimes do 2 of these a day. So an interaction post is a post that's going to get them making a comment on your post, not just a like. I mean, sometimes we'll do the ones where give a like if you live here, a heart if you live here, whatever. You want those comments. So I usually you could do riddles, there's optical illusions, help me pick this, help me pick what hairstyle, what lip color, what nail color, what dress to get. If you look today, everyone's doing these weird ones where you type in this weird stuff and like slash your name and then like some weird stuff pops up. I did it. It got like a bazillion comments. People are curious. So the one was, what's the name of your phone? You type in these numbers and these brackets and it gave your phone a name. Everybody was doing it because they wanted to know the name of their phone. People are curious. If you're needing advice for something, people love to give advice. I think Jessica Vorse, we were talking about having an earache the other day. Post that on Facebook. So, hey, who has advice? What can cure an earache? People love to give advice. That would be an interactive post. It could be, I don't know, there's so many things. Like what's there to do? I know Kara was in here. Someone had posted, what's there to do in Chicago? I'm going there this weekend. Hair, Jessica, hair. What kind of hairstyle? Post a couple pictures, short hair, long hair, different colors of hair. There's just so many things with interaction posts you can do. So that's one thing. And then another thing would be about unique. You need to post about unique, the opportunity, joining your team, not saying joining your team, but could be, look at all the stuff that comes in the kit. Look, it could be a picture of you and your team doing something. We're at a meeting, look at what we're doing. Something about unique every single day, and really try to incorporate the opportunity and try not to make it be a spammy picture, a graphic. Just get creative and don't worry about doing it every single day and thinking they're going to see this every single day. Nope, Facebook does not show them everything you do. So you might post every single day and they might message you 10 days in. And hang on. I think I got it. It could be messaging you 10 days later and be like, I just saw this post with all this makeup. What is this about? And they never saw the other 9 days worth of posting. And if you only have time to post, I think Jessica Blodgett talked about, even if you can only post all your 5 posts between 5 and 10, that is okay. Don't worry if you posted an hour ago. People do not always see those posts. So they might only see one of those 5 posts in the last, so many hours. So that is just one non-negotiable that we're going to talk about. One non-negotiable is posting those 5 times a day on your wall. Do you guys have any questions about that or any other ideas that you want to throw out there regarding that non-negotiable? Oh, there's like a chat box popping up here. I always forget to watch it. Should we do hashtags with these posts? Okay, so I usually post a hashtag in almost every post because it does help a little bit on Facebook. Instagram, obviously, you have to do that. You have to do your hashtags. On Facebook, I think it helps connect things. So sometimes I've gotten just curious and I've clicked hashtags, and then next thing I know, I'm on another post, and then I'm on another post, and so you know, it helps bring people to you, and kind of if they're just being curious and clicking those hashtags, I think it can help. Plus, I like to do it. Like for instance, I like to hashtag my great makeup life because that's my brand, or hashtag makeup by Michelle when I do a makeover picture, because when they click that, it's going to show them other makeover pictures I did. So definitely, if you want to link them together, maybe each kind of post you do, you can have a hashtag for each one. So maybe it could be, you know, whatever. I can't get, I'm not that creative. I'm like, thinking. So, you know, you could do some sort of hashtag, you know, Bobby Joe's inspiration post. So then you know that's your inspiration post, and it takes you to all of your ones. You know, you get the idea. Something like that to connect them. So you can find stuff quickly, and so can your followers. Any other questions about that or anything regarding that?
I know, like with the hashtags, I've searched things in Facebook before, and it brings up like a list of stuff. Like when you search, and sometimes if you search like if I put in Michelle, it'll bring up like a whole bunch of different stuff. Like not just you, but other people. So I think if you're using the hashtags on Facebook, like you were saying, it really does work as far as if somebody's searching something or whatever, it should pop up.
Yeah, and I know I've done like my dog. I've done every time I post my dog, I always hashtag Golden Doodle, and I've had a lot of Golden Doodle followers or lovers follow me because they find my dog through the Golden Doodle hashtag. So stuff like that does work, I think. I would not put 30 hashtags in your Facebook post, though. Like you do on Instagram, it looks spammy on Facebook. I hate when I see a little post and it's full of hashtags. Like I over scroll past that because it's just too spammy. So hashtags are good on Facebook, I think, at a minimum. So I usually never do more than 3. And I usually, sometimes I'll put goofy ones just because people like to read it. Like when I did a picture once, it was like me and my parents and who did I look like? And I put hashtag I am the mailman's daughter, milkman's daughter or something. Sometimes it's just funny, you know? So think of it like that too, because I like to read some hashtags. They're kind of hilarious. Okay, so I will move on to the second non-negotiable. These non-negotiable means it's non-negotiable. You do it every single day. Even if you're sick, even if you're on vacation, make these your non-negotiables. Make this a list in your planner or a Post-it note or whatever you're going to look at, because these don't take that long, okay? These really don't take that long. If you plan them out, they won't take long. And when you're just sitting around thinking, what can I do? You can do these non-negotiables. All right, your next one is 5 friends a day. We need to be adding 5 friends a day to our network. And I'll talk to you about what, like, I'm almost maxed out. I'm at like 4,600, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing to because once you get to 5,000, you're maxed out. All right. But you need to build your network. And if you don't have 1,000, we need to talk. So let's get going with it. But adding 5 friends a day, and how do you find them? You can do the people you may know, or why not go to some, like Jessica Blodgett told us, why not go to the popular girls in your class? Click on them. Then click on their friends and find the friends they have that you guys have the most mutual friends in. So like, you know, I might go to, let's say a girl I went to school with, I go to her page and then I click her friends. Oh, we have all these friends that have 10 mutual friends. So I'm going to add 5 of those girls. And then next time I'll pick a different person and I'll add 5 of those girls. And then I'm going to make sure the next part I do has something to do with those connections. So you always want to be adding 5 new people a day. I'm not telling you to add them and message them and say, you want to buy Unique. And I'm not telling you to add them and then throw them in your VIP group. We do not spam. We're going to build connections. I'm telling you right now, you're thinking, these 5 strangers, how are they ever going to know me enough to want to buy from me? I have had strangers that I have added 2 years ago who've been at my house for makeovers or have ordered from me and they're friends with me in California. They begin to build a trust and a relationship with you. They forget that they don't even know why they know you. So add those 5 friends a day. If you're getting to a max like me, I'm going through and deleting 5 friends a day when I add my 5 friends. So if I go through my Facebook, I can see people that they're very negative or they're not going to get me anywhere. They're just going to, I don't need to see their negative posts. I will delete them. I will delete people. Some people you'll see their profiles went inactive. So I just have the blue head. So I will delete them because that is going to open up a new space. Some of them are men that I don't even know how they got on there. Delete, delete, delete. I'll probably look, like I just love women, but that's all right. As we do, we uplift, empower, and validate all women. So I don't care. I quit caring what people think about me, Mary Warner. I threw that rock in the water. Yes. All right. Anyway, any questions about adding 5 friends a day? Are we good there? Everybody knows. Add your 5 friends. Non-negotiable. Do it. Don't be scared of what they think. Add them. And guess what? If they don't want to add you back, guess what they won't do? They won't add you back, and that's okay. Another thing to do, Jessica Blodgett told us, once a week she goes in under her friends and deletes all those pending posts. So like you've requested their friendship and a week's gone by and they haven't accepted it. She just goes in and deletes all those. That way you don't have to worry about having too many requests sent out, and Facebook puts you in a Facebook jail for friend requests. Okay. I probably have 200 sitting in there though, and I haven't been to jail yet, so you're probably okay. I need to go through and clean that out. All right, the number 3 non-negotiable, I'm gonna get through these, is you pick this number, okay? You need to go through and not just like, so Jessica Forrest, we talked a little bit about this today, not just go and like on other people's posts, and I'm not talking about Y Sisters. This is not Y Sisters. This is about your customers, your potential presenters, and your potential hostesses. You need to go make yourself a number. How many do you want to do a day that you're going to go and comment on their post? I picked 20. I do them in sections.
Am I on?
Yes, Brittany. I hear you.
Or am I muted?
Do you want to be muted?
No, don't mute me. I just got here. Hello. Hey, no, I think I'm on my laptop again, which sucks. But and it says low network bandwidth is low. Anyway, I think personally as leaders, I mean, it's all individualized and you guys don't have to do this. But I believe personally, think we need to just set the minimum of 10. Now, if you want to do 20, if you want to do 50, go for it. But I think the minimum should be 10.
I like it.
Okay, I'm done.
No, I love that. So yes, a minimum of 10. Let's go with that. Very good. So yes, and I'm not talking, we talked about liking and commenting. I think this should definitely be comments. I get 100 likes on a post. I'm not going to remember who liked it, but guess what I do remember? I remember who commented and what they said. That triggers it to me more than when everybody likes a post. So think of that with your Facebook friends. When you make a comment, they're going to remember that before they remember the fact that you just liked it and moved on. And if you keep doing this over time, it will make a difference. They will feel like they know you because of those comments. And don't be afraid. I don't talk to this person. What will they think? They're going to be happy you commented. Think about when you make a post. Aren't you happy about anybody and everybody that commented? Unless they're a weirdo, then that's a little different. But you know what I mean. Because you know it's going to help your post. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good when somebody comments something on your post, whether it be about your kids, your animals, your house, what you're doing. It makes you feel good. You put a smile on your face. So let's put a smile on 10 to 20 people's faces. I'm doing it 20. And like I said, I do them in increments of 5. So if I'm like, okay, like laying in bed in the morning, before I get up, I used to like just scroll, lay in bed and I'd scroll and I just like stuff. Why don't I say, I'm going to make, number one, I'm going to make a post. So I get one of my posts done. I'm going to go ahead and add my 5 friends. And I'm going to go and comment on 5 posts. And I get all that done before I even get out of bed. 5 of them. So, you know, start setting it. So, and same thing at night before bed. Do 5 before bed. Then you have your 10 done. And make another post. And then somewhere in the day, post 3 times. 3 more times. I mean, this is so easy to do. So easy to do. Okay. Any questions on that? Pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you're doing it. Remember, non-negotiable means we don't make excuses. We do it no matter what, every single day. Show up to go up. Same thing. All right. Next part is number 4. Shout out to your team. Every single day, you should be shouting out someone on your team. And let's say if you don't have a team, then shout out your upline. Shout out somebody who was just a party hostess who did a really great job. But this doesn't have to be on your wall. It can be in the team pages, or it can be on your wall. It could be one of those 5 posts that you make. And pick somebody that you are thinking, like, you know, they've done something. It doesn't have to even be high sales. It doesn't have to be they sponsored people. It could be anything. Maybe they made their first sale. Maybe they made a live video, or maybe they did something that was really creative and you have to screenshot it and shout them out. Anything. Shout out your team. You know, you gotta be there for them, because without them, your business isn't going to grow. So we need to take care of each other. Even if it doesn't even have to, let's say you don't have a downline, it could be a sideline sister. Somebody like in here that you've been talking to. It doesn't matter. Shout somebody out, because if you do it on your wall, people are going to see that over time, and they're going to be like, I want to be a part of this. Like, they're always cheering each other on. Like, I kind of want to do this too. Like, they're encouraging each other. So remember, you can always make that one of your posts, or you can do it in the team pages. It's totally up to you. But that's number 4. What is there written down here? Join groups and add people from there, since we have things in common. Planning, makeup, and such. Yes. Joining groups and adding those 5 friends from there is good too. I may hop here. It's cutting off that. Okay. So I'm really bad about reading that chat. Let's do number 5. Number 5, non-negotiable. Personal development. I think we talked about it last week. Should be doing it every single day. Does that mean you have to read a book every single day? No. There are short videos out there that you can watch every day. Take 2 minutes, find something on YouTube. Like we watched, what, a 4-minute video last week, even if it didn't sound real well in here. There's stuff by our leaders all the time. You can look up Sherry Brown, Kelly Rose Darno, all those people we named off last week. Watch a couple-minute video if you don't have time. If you do have time, start doing a book, an Audible, or reading a book. Do some sort of personal development every single day. And you guys showing up for this Zoom meeting is your personal development of today, because you're training, you're learning. So right here, you're doing your personal development. Let's see. Grant Cardone, Be Obsessed or Be Average. I love that book, and I'm still working on it. It's a long one, and I love it. Mary Warner taught me well. Very good. Yes, I could quote Grant Cardone all day. He really has me pumped up, ready to make $1 million. You're listening to when you run in the morning. Good, Jennifer. I think we talked about that. Listen while you're working out. Listen while you're walking. Listen while you're running. Listen while you're driving in the car. You guys can easily fit personal development in. So, I am that girl. Yes, Melissa, I just heard you talking about that one. I wrote it down and added it to my list. So let me talk about it. Okay, so let's go over those. For those that popped in late, our 5 non-negotiables. Even when you're on vacation, even when you're sick, even when you just don't want to do it, you must do these 5 things to keep your business consistent and growing, okay? Number 1, 5 posts on your Facebook wall a day, minimum. I did 6 today. Woo, living it up. All right, second one is add 5 friends a day. 5 friends, okay? Holding up the number 2 and saying 5 is really confusing my head. The third thing is like, comment, preferably comment on the number of posts that you have written down. 10 at a minimum, Brittany. 10 at a minimum. Shout out your team, or some point, somebody on your team. Do some sort of team, anything. Maybe it's even messaging people on your team. Maybe it's a Marco Polo with your team. Do something with your team every day, at least one time. Personal development is number 5. All right. In that case, Mary, what did Mary say? Marco Polo. Is Marco Polo personal development? Marco Polo I would not put as personal development because all you guys talk about is nonsense. No, Marco Polo is good. I've come up with some good ideas or heard good ideas from each other, but I wouldn't count that as personal development. Let's count that as team chat, team chatting, talking to your team, messaging your team. And we learned tons of other things this weekend. But so far, did you guys get value out of that? Like, are you guys going to start doing your non-negotiables? Did you guys write it down? Melissa, but you were already there last weekend. Jessica's wrote it down again. Very good. Very good. So you have to do this. Make it whether you want to rewrite it every day and check it off. Put it on a dry erase board and you can check it off that way. You guys have to do this. I've already done it 2 days in a row now, and I'm pumped up working business. And Melissa showed me a little program today, which I'm working on, this Team Z, which we're going to do a Zoom. I'm going to have her show us how to use this Team Z, which is like blowing my mind. She might not want to do a Zoom, but she's doing a Zoom. Next week, Jessica Scott is going to show us how to make lists on Facebook. So there's a way on Facebook to make lists where you can click the list and it won't, so you can take out all those wife sisters. So they're out of your way when you're scrolling. You can put your customers on those lists. You can put your party hostesses on those lists. You can have one for potential presenters. And she's going to show us how to do it and how that way, when you get on Facebook, instead of trying to find them, search them, you can click that list and then just go through and start doing your commenting. Start doing it. All right, so that's going to be awesome. Go ahead, Melissa.
Something that can help for people that do like to have a visual checklist, get a binder that has a clear front to it, stick your list down in that binder, and then use a dry erase marker and check off everything as you do it.
Yes, I love that. That's a perfect idea. And you know what? Don't go to bed at the end of the day until you did everything on your list. Don't go to bed. Or lay in bed. Don't go to sleep until it's done. Don't go to sleep. What other questions, ideas you guys have? Maybe you have more non-negotiables that you put on your list to do every day. These do not take long. I'm telling you, they do not take long at all. And if you plan it out, you got it. I've never heard of it. Team No Sleep. Oh, wait, I need to look up further. I've been checking out Team Z. I've been looking at this Team Z. It looks awesome. Go ahead, Kara.
So I added 2 other things to my, well, actually technically 3 other things to my non-negotiables from this weekend. One thing I added was posting on Instagram, because that's a big thing for me. So I had to post at least once to Instagram every day. And then I also added going live once a day, preferably on my personal page, but at least on that and or my VIP group. And it doesn't have to be a makeup live, but at least just going live somehow once a day. And then the last one I did that Jessica had actually mentioned this weekend about another presenter who, when she was trying to sponsor a lot, talked about, sorry, brain freeze, talked about offering the opportunity 3 times a day on her personal page. So I added that to mine as well, because sponsoring is a huge focus of mine this month as well.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, so you guys can change these and add to them, but I would at least have what I've told you here as a minimum. And then, like Kara said, if you work Instagram, add your Instagram in there. If you really need to sponsor, start boosting that up a little more. Go live on your wall. Maybe you want to go live once a day. Add that. It's just what's going to work for you. And you're going to have to play around with it, and you'll see. But if you keep doing this every single day, Mary, you put your hand up. What is that thing? Like all of a sudden this little blue hand popped up.
It said raise your hand. It said raise your hand.
Raise your
So I
little
wanted to raise my hand. I wanted to raise my hand because I feel like, when the first non-negotiable you said, was to post 5 times a day. I've always said 5 to 10. I don't think after Grant Cardone, you 10 times it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I feel like is that one, if you use Facebook, that's 5 to 10 times on Facebook, 5 to 10 times on Instagram, 5 to 10 times on Twitter, whatever social platform you're using, that's 5 to 10 times on each of those. And depending on what social platform would increase how many 10 times you're going to do it. If you just posted 10 tweets, you ain't getting seen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that. Like that number one could filter into 5 other legs of number one, if that makes sense.
Yep, that's totally. Maybe
I was able to just raise my hand.
I liked it. I was like, what's that little blue thing on there? But like maybe some of you do Snapchat. So that would be like 5 Snapchats, I guess is what you call them a day. I'm so out of it. But, you know, something like that. I'm getting old, I guess. Haley, your hand was up at one time and it disappeared. Did you have another question or something to throw in there?
Sorry. No, I was just going to say with Snapchat. So I get customers off of Snapchat, but I love doing Snapchat videos. And then I take them to my Facebook also for people that don't have Snapchat. But like, because on Snapchat you can do a little clock, and so you can't lie about what time it is. So I might do a lip stain in the morning and do the clock throughout the day. Sorry, I'm driving on a gravel road. And do the clock throughout the day, and so there's no lying. Like the times are right in front of you.
That is a really good idea. I like it because I have seen people with the clocks, and I don't know anything about Snapchat. I really don't. So, but I do see it. So yeah, there's tons of different platforms out there that you guys can use and use them to your advantage. Facebook for me is my big one. So that is the one that I use the most. I know Kara's biggest one is Instagram. So, you know, find what works for you. And if you do 2, then do both of them. But just make sure you're completing these and going through and doing your checklist and not skipping a day. Don't disappear because it's just, Facebook picks up on that. If you don't post for a day, Facebook realizes that. And when you try to come back and post, people are not seeing your things. You need to be posting. You need to be active. And messaging people too. Maybe if you want to start adding, message a couple people a day, whether it be about anything going on. Look, you know, maybe when you want to do your birthday list and message them happy birthday rather than right on their wall. That's always something else you can do too. Let's see, there's some comments down here. I use Buffer to post to both Facebook and Instagram every day. And I know Mary Warner uses, what did I wrote it down? Multi-brain. So there's that one. There's all kinds of different posters. What was that? Somebody.
Love it. Multi-brain. You can post the interaction post, the inspiration post. You can knock out 3 of those posts in 1 hour. You could schedule the entire month that post every single day, different times during the day for at least 3 of the 5.
I'm doing the trial. I just started the trial on it today, so I was figuring it out. And then Melissa told me about Team Z, and I just got excited, and all I can think about is this Team Z thing. I'm going to be up all night, Melissa, working on this Team Z. So if anybody else wants to look it up, it's TEAM Team ZY, and it looks awesome. And Melissa's just going to have to do a whole Zoom on it. So she looks so excited about that. So yeah, next week we'll have Jessica Scott talk about the list, and that's going to break up, again, how we're going to go through and find people that's not your Y sisters. You can still love your Y sisters, but remember, spend more of your time commenting and liking on the other posts, the other people that are not your Y sisters, because you need them to see you. Your Y sisters are not going to buy from you, so they're not going to increase your income. So you need to be paying attention to the potential customers. All right, what else do we have in here? Go ahead.
One thing I just wanted to quickly add was this weekend, one thing that we talked about too is after you do your interaction post is when you want to try to do like whatever unique post you might be doing that day.
Yes. Sorry.
He's just sitting here looking at us.
All right. Let's see. I'm at 50 days. Oh, Jessica Scott, I was getting distracted. I can never read and listen. Jessica Scott said something about that post. Are you guys getting that post that says you've shared so many days and your friends are starting to react? I got that too. If you're not seeing it, then you're probably not posting every day because it's picking up when you're posting consistently. So And, you know, don't forget in there too your VIP groups and your business pages and, you know, all those kind of good things. And I'm working on building my business page up again before I talk to you guys about it, because I want to have it figured out before I do. So if anybody, here's the other thing, if anybody is really good with VIP group, or not VIP groups, business pages, let me know. Like, you've gotten sales from it. I'm like, my thing's having me try to private message somebody. But if you're getting sales, like, I don't want just like you're getting tons of likes. I want to know if you're getting sales from your business page, message me, because we're going to talk about getting you doing a training for everybody, because that is tough. That's tough. So if you can figure it out, let me know. Unless Jessica Blodgett's down there making faces. She may be already getting sales from her business page, so she can talk about it. So any other questions? We have 4 minutes.
No, I get inquiries to join.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
What is the appropriate time to message them? Because I messaged like 5 people, and I was like, "Hey, girl, like your makeup was on point. You should have a party for me." And they like totally did not. Like, I messaged probably like 10 people, and they did not message me back. Nobody messaged me back, which I know that's normal, but I just don't want to seem like a creeper and be like, "Hey, you should totally buy all this for me, and you should host a party." Like, I don't want to seem like a creeper, but I also want to be like, "Hey, like, you should buy this from me."
Yeah, and if that's the very first message you're messaging them, then that's going to come across to them as spammy. So you need to build the connection first. And I know you're saying, you know, your makeup looks great and all of that, but you also need to make sure you're just, maybe it's talking about other things. Start commenting on their business. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's like that, mute off. So you just got to make sure your first message to them is not about unique. It's not about makeup. I mean, you could always say their makeup looks on point, but like if I don't know, I've had other people do that to me, and it just automatically, you look to see if they sell makeup and it just makes you think they're just trying to sell makeup. So you need to make sure you're building a relationship before you even mention unique, mention makeup, mention a party. And once it's going to take time, but go ahead and get those people that you already have relationships with to host those parties and get you started. Okay, hopefully that helped. We have 2 minutes. Are you talking about our Y product page? I am talking about business page on Facebook. Like, you create a page. If that's what was it?
Oh, okay. I'll try to remember.
All right. Any last questions before they shut us down? All right. I hope you guys got something out of this today. I will upload this to YouTube and post it so you guys can share with your teams. They can teach them what the non-negotiables are and the income-producing activities. And we will talk with Jessica Scott next week on making those Facebook lists. So thanks, guys.